Natural Reproduction, presented by David R. Wood. Natural Reproduction, NR. Quote, all vertebrate animals, all insects, and some other large groups of animals pair for each birth. That is, two individuals regularly reunite for reproduction. End quote. Charles Darwin, On the Origin of Species. Natural reproduction is the biological process by which organisms produce new biological offspring. It occurs in two forms, sexual and asexual. Sexual reproduction includes the process of sexual selection. Asexual reproduction does not. Asexual selection simply involves the organism literally copying itself to produce offspring. We will scope our discussion to only sexual reproduction in this brief. Sexual selection is the process by which many species mate and reproduce. This requires a species, e.g., humans, dogs, lions, sharks, etc., to have two biologically distinct sexes, male and female. The value of having two sexes is to increase the amount of genetic diversity. Think of genes as like concepts in the human creative process. The more concepts your imagination has to work with, the more possibilities there are for the production of advantageous inventions. Likewise, the bigger the gene pool, the more possibilities a species has for producing advantageous adaptations. This often proves decisive in nature's survival of the fittest contest. During the process of sexual selection, a female typically searches for males to mate with, but not just any males. Only males victorious in physical and/or psychological competition with other males of the species. The female then selects her preferred male from the pool of available victorious males. At this point, the male and the female mate in some form, i.e., intercourse, egg fertilization, etc. By mating with a victorious male, the female hopes to combine and blend her DNA, i.e., information, with the preferred male's DNA, i.e., information. By selecting a victorious male, the female is really selecting the underlying genotype, i.e., conceptual model, that produced the male's successful pattern of natural adaptations, i.e., phenotype. It is this genotype that will be blended with hers to hopefully produce offspring with an even more advantageous phenotype. This logically maximizes the probability that her offspring will prove competitive in the evolutionary survival of the fittest contest. Humans perform a similar process when they select existing concepts, such as lean thinking, as the basis for conceiving a new idea, i.e., conceptual pattern. This newly blended information is what serves as the raw material by which the female conceives a new thing in the form of natural offspring. This is similar to how our species conceives new ideas, i.e., mental patterns, that serve as the basis for producing new inventions. The female then develops the new natural offspring over some period of time and in some form. Some species produce eggs where the natural offspring develop external to the female's body, while others develop internal to the female's body. This is ultimately driven by whatever provides the natural offspring the greatest chance of success in reaching sexual maturity and reproducing natural offspring itself in a given natural ecosystem. This is similar to the process by which humans take a newly conceived idea, i.e., new conceptual model, and develops it into a new invention. Once the natural offspring is fully developed, it is then, quote, born into its natural ecosystem in some form, i.e., natural labor, hatching, etc. The natural offspring, i.e., new thing, is then considered produced. This completes the process of natural reproduction, where DNA, i.e. information, is used to produce natural offspring, i.e. a physical thing. This is similar to when a human invention is fully developed at the end of a production line and ready for use in human activity.